Yo, what's up everyone? Josh here from Chang Fitness, and today I wanted to make a different type of video. I wanted to go over 3 mistakes people make when they're hitting their chest. So this is gonna be more casual. I'm just gonna do some screen sharing, and then give you guys some insights into like why exactly do like most people who go to the gym have underdeveloped chests, right? Because at the end of the day, I feel like chest training is pretty simple, but a lot of people get it wrong. And this makes no sense because when you think about the number one exercise people do in the gym, it's bench press, right? But why do most people have underdeveloped chests? So let's dive into it. And why should you guys listen to me? Well, I've been lifting for over 10 plus years naturally. So I've never taken steroids. I do it all naturally. And I'm a professional natural bodybuilder. I've trained a ton of clients. And basically, I just want to share with you guys some tips that I've used to really like increase my chest size. My chest was always a weakness area, so that's why I want to kind of get into it. But basically the mistake number one, right, is lack of isolation movements. So what do I mean by this? Basically, when I talk about isolation movements with chest, we're mainly referring to like pec deck or chest fly, right? So essentially the motion of like shoulder adduction where you bring your arms in like this. A lot of people neglect this motion. That's why you see people doing like bench press, chest press, shoulder press, all kind of presses. But the truth of the matter is those movements incorporate a lot of like shoulders, delts, triceps even, but it doesn't do a good job isolating your chest, right? So I would say the first mistake is you're not including isolation movements. And this is super common with like powerlifters, for example. So the way you fix that is, include isolation movements. So this sounds really simple, but honestly, adding like, 2 to 3 sets of like a chest fly to every chest day, right? That's gonna do wonders for your chest gains. So I would say like if you have like a push-pull leg split, even if you do like a bro split, whatever split you do, as long as you add in some chest flies, whether that's pec decks, high to low cable fly, any sort of variation, your chest gains are gonna absolutely skyrocket, right? So the second mistake people do is maybe you're already doing some chest isolation movements, you're not doing them correctly, right? So bad form. And this can be the case for any exercises. I would say like a huge tip in general is leave your ego at the door when you go to the gym, since at the end of the day, the people that ego lift, they're just robbing themselves of gains. Since at the end of the day, you want to be the person that looks like they lift, right? And the way you do that is you build muscle, and you build muscle the most effectively through good form. Since when you start progressing in the gym, like progressive overload, that's how you build muscle, basically doing more reps or sets or whatever than last time. If you do it with good form, then you're going to make a lot more gains faster than if you do it with shit form. So I would say, fix your form if you have bad form. So in terms of the chest fly, right? So let's talk about chest isolation form. One cue I really like, and this is what I give my clients, is imagine you're giving a hug. So this is a very simple cue, but I'll show you guys an example, right? So, and he's cool with me sharing this. Basically, we worked together for like 5 months and he's made a crazy transformation. But you can see right here, there's a few things that are kind of incorrect with this motion, which I've already corrected him on. The first is, I think the weight's a little bit too heavy. With the chest fly, the main thing is you're like doing shoulder adduction, right? So the main focus should be like bringing your arm across like your body like this, and that's how you flex your pec. If you just like touch your pec when you're doing that, you should really feel the contraction there. And since the weight is too heavy here, he's doing more of like a pressing movement, right? So the way he corrects that is he needs to lighten the weight and then kind of go more controlled, since right now I feel like he's swinging the weight and it's like not in control. So by lightening the weight, you can get more control, and then just focusing on the shoulder adduction as opposed to like a pressing. So let me pull up a clip of him doing it with the correct form. All right, so this is a clip from 2 weeks later. As you can see, the form is better. I would still say that with this form, he can still like tilt his torso down a little bit. The main thing is when you are using cables, you want the line of resistance to be in line with the plane you're going at. So in this case, he can still tilt forward a little bit, but this is much better than before. The shirt's pretty funny. Since you can see he's doing more shoulder adduction as opposed to pressing, right? And just give you guys an example. Here's like how I do the movement, and if you guys sign up for my coaching or any of my products, I give you guys an exercise database where I just show you guys my movements and with good form. So you can see right here, the line of resistance is like in line with kind of like the way I'm adducting. So that's a key tip for cables. And then you can also see me flex my chest at the bottom and really squeeze there. Post squeeze, I'm just like letting it go with good control, right? So that's basically the key there. And once you fix your form with these isolation movements, you're gonna notice your chest is like way more sore, which is a really good sign, since it just means that you're hitting it more frequently, right? And the last and final mistake I'll cover is lack of frequency. So this is very common with people who do the bro split. They might hit chest 1 day a week, like absolutely destroy their chest, but then, especially as a natural lifter, you just don't get enough volume in, right? Volume just refers to like how many working sets and like basically pressure you're applying, right? If you think about it, or load, like if you think about like sets times weights times reps, if you do like 2 sets of a certain weight, like let's say with everything being equal, 4 sets is more than 2 sets. So if you're doing a chest day, there's an upper limit of how much chest you can hit before your chest gets way too fatigued. So I would say if you're only hitting chest once a week, I'd recommend hitting your chest 2 to 3 times a week, right? So hit with more frequency, hit chest with more frequency, and I recommend 2 to 3 chest days per week. And a chest day could be as simple as just 1 compound plus 1 isolation, right? Like a pressing movement followed by a fly movement. One pro tip is what you can do is add a chest isolation exercise to non-chest days, i.g. leg days. So let's say you finish hitting your legs, just add in like 2 to 3 sets of pec deck. By sprinkling in the chest volume throughout the week, you're gonna absolutely skyrocket your gains. Like I can guarantee you that. When I started changing my training where it's more frequent and less high volume each day, I found that my results like exponentially improved, because by kind of sprinkling your volume throughout the week, you're less fatigued when you're hitting the exercises. So in turn, you can not only move more weight, but you just do it with better form, right? Because at the end of the day, as long as you're implementing progressive overload with a caloric surplus, you're gonna make gains. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, or reach out to me. I offer online fitness coaching, and I have some links down below. I got a course as well. But yeah, let me know if you guys like this format. It's pretty casual, but I love sharing my knowledge for fitness. So hopefully that helps out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.